A woman once asked this guy if his rental car seat was, and I'm quoting directly, certified clean. As if there's some shadowy government agency out there. Some secret bureau of baby gear sanitation. Inspectors in hazmat suits, going door to door, swabbing pack-and-plays with cotton swabs, and holding them up to the light. There isn't. But here's what is real. That same guy, with that same car seat, is now clearing over $1,200 a month. From his garage, working 4 hours total, renting out baby stuff to strangers. And honestly, when I first heard about this, I thought it was a joke. It's not. This is the story of one of the most absurdly profitable, laughably overlooked side hustles I've ever come across. One that requires no skills, no degree, no employees, and an initial investment smaller than a single month's car payment. But like every great business story, it started with a problem nobody was solving. Let's set the scene. You live near a popular travel destination. Could be a beach town. Could be a spring training city. Could be anywhere families go for vacations, sports tournaments, or weekend getaways. And every single year, like clockwork, thousands of parents descend on your city. Exhausted, overpacked, stressed. Now here's something most people don't think about. When a family with a toddler flies somewhere, they have a choice. Option A, lug a car seat, a stroller, a portable crib, and a high chair through airport security, onto a plane, into a rental car, and into a hotel room, while also managing a screaming child who just discovered that ears pop at altitude. Option B, don't. Most parents would kill for option B. And that's exactly where this story begins. Our protagonist, let's call him the baby gear guy, because that's essentially what he became. Notice something obvious that everyone else ignored. He lived near a destination that attracted tens of thousands of traveling families every year. Families who needed baby gear. Families who didn't have baby gear. And a market with almost nobody serving them. See, this is the part of every great business story that looks obvious in hindsight. The gap was enormous. The demand was screaming, sometimes literally, because babies were involved. But nobody was connecting the dots. Until he did. Now, here's where most people would overcomplicate this. They'd write a business plan. They'd spend 6 months researching the market. They'd build a website, design a logo, hire a consultant, and burn through 10 grand before making a single dollar. Baby Gear Guy did none of that. He went to a second-hand store. He bought a used car seat and a pack-and-play. Total cost? $80. Not $800. Not $8,000. $80. He took them home, cleaned them thoroughly, sanitized every surface. And then he did something revolutionary. He listed them online. That's it. That was the whole business plan. 2 items. 1 listing. 0 employees. 0 overhead. 0 fancy anything. And the first month? $200. Now, $200 is not going to change your life. Let's be honest. That's a grocery run and a tank of gas. Most people would look at that number and quit. This isn't worth my time. This isn't scalable. This is a joke. And those people, the ones who quit, would have missed what happened next. Summer hit, and everything changed. See, travel is seasonal. And when you live near a destination that explodes during warm months, when families pour in for vacations, tournaments, reunions, demand doesn't just increase. It detonates. Baby Gear Guy went from $200 a month to $600, then $700, then $800, from 2 items he bought for $80. Let that sink in for a second. The return on investment here is almost obscene. He spent $80 and was generating $800 a month. That's a 1,000% monthly return. There are hedge fund managers on Wall Street who would weep for those numbers. But here's where it gets really interesting. Because Baby Gear Guy didn't just sit on those profits. He did what every smart operator does. He reinvested. 6 car seats, 3 cribs, 2 strollers, a high chair, miscellaneous accessories. Total investment across everything? About $900. He hit break-even in month 3. Month 3. And now, 11 months in, he cleared $1,240 last month. Working. And this is the part that genuinely broke my brain. 4 hours total. 4 hours. For the entire month. Let me put that in perspective. That's roughly $310 per hour of actual work. There are lawyers who don't make that. There are doctors who don't make that. And this guy is doing it by dropping off cribs at hotel lobbies. But why does this work so well? Because it's not just about renting baby stuff. It's about understanding something fundamental about how money actually works. And I think there are four invisible forces at play here. Force number one, pain point pricing. Parents don't rent a car seat because they want to. They rent it because the alternative is misery. Dragging bulky gear through airports, paying oversized baggage fees, risking damage. When the alternative is suffering, people pay gladly. This isn't a luxury purchase. It's a relief purchase. And relief has enormous margins. Force number two, asset efficiency. The gear sits in his garage between rentals. It doesn't eat. It doesn't need electricity. It doesn't depreciate the way a car does. A car seat bought for $40 can rent for $20 to $30 per day. The asset utilization ratio here is almost unfair. Force number three, invisible labor. Here's the actual workflow. Get a booking notification on your phone. Confirm it. Drive to the hotel. Hand the gear to the front desk. Drive home. That's it. Sometimes he doesn't even see the customer. They leave the gear at the front desk when they check out. He picks it up later, sanitizes it, puts it back in the garage. The operational overhead is laughably low. Force number four, zero competition. This is the big one. In most markets, nobody is doing this. The major baby gear rental companies are sparse, overpriced, and impersonal. A local operator who can deliver same day, who responds to texts quickly, who actually cares, they own the market by default. It's a monopoly built on showing up. Now, is it all sunshine and passive income? No, of course not. Every business has friction. There's this certified clean lady. God bless her. There are people who are skeptical about used gear, even when it's been sanitized within an inch of its life, even when it meets every safety standard. Some parents just hear previously used, and their brain translates it to found in a dumpster. About 5% of customers, by his estimate. The other 95%, they're just grateful. They just got off a 4-hour flight with a toddler. They're sunburned, sleep-deprived, and operating on airport coffee and adrenaline. You show up with a clean car seat and a working stroller, and to them, you are basically a saint. There's also the occasional replacement cost. Things break. Wheels stick. Fabric tears. But when your margins are this high, a $40 replacement every few months is a rounding error. And then there's seasonality. Winter months slow down. But if you're near any kind of year-round attraction, theme parks, warm weather, convention centers, the dips are manageable. The real trial, honestly, it's psychological. It's the voice in your head that says, this is too small. This is too simple. This can't possibly work. That voice has killed more businesses than any recession ever has. Here's what I find genuinely fascinating about this story. We spend so much time looking for the big thing. The app idea, the crypto play, the dropshipping empire, the complicated, sophisticated, impressive-sounding business that we can brag about at dinner parties. And meanwhile, there's a guy making over $1,000 a month from a garage full of baby equipment. No code, no investors, no employees, no viral moment. Just a simple observation. Parents need this stuff. They don't have it. I'll bring it to them. And what's he doing with the money? Padding his emergency fund. Not buying a Lumbo. Not posting about it on social media. Not selling a course about it. Just quietly building financial security, one car seat rental at a time. There's something almost poetic about that. Because the truth, the uncomfortable, unsexy truth, is that most real wealth isn't built by finding some secret loophole in the financial matrix. It's built by noticing a mundane problem, solving it simply, and doing it consistently. Baby gear is not glamorous. Hotel drop-offs are not glamorous. Sanitizing a pack-and-play at 10 p.m. on a Tuesday night is definitely not glamorous. But you know what is glamorous? Financial breathing room. An emergency fund that actually works. Passive-ish income that shows up whether you're motivated or not. That's the real glitch in the matrix. It was never hidden. It was just boring. And boring doesn't get clicks. Boring doesn't go viral. Until now. So here's the question this leaves us with. What's the baby gear rental in your city? Not literally. Although, honestly, maybe literally. Check if anyone's doing this near you, because there's a good chance nobody is. But more broadly, what's the obvious, unglamorous problem sitting right in front of you that nobody's solving? What are people in your area desperate for that they can't easily get? It might be baby gear. It might be something else entirely. But the pattern is always the same. Identify the pain. Acquire the solution cheaply. Deliver it conveniently. Repeat. $900 in. Over $12,000 out in year one. 4 hours a month of actual labor. No guru needed. No course required. No motivation montage necessary. Just a garage, some sanitizer, and the willingness to do what everyone else thought was too small to matter. Because here's the final secret about business that nobody wants to admit. Asterisk, the best opportunities aren't the ones everyone's chasing. They're the ones everyone's ignoring. Asterisk. Baby Gear Guy figured that out 11 months ago. The rest of us are just now catching up. If this story made you rethink what a real business looks like, you're going to want to see this video next, where I break down another overlooked hustle that's generating insane returns with almost zero startup cost. I'll see you there.